she a mood reader, you know? Hello friends, my name is Emily, I'm the Bi, and here are some books off of my bookshelf. This is a February TBR that is coming in halfway through the month because we're good at planning. So I, on the first Wednesday of February, released a Ninth House vlog between me and Patches where we talked about the book for Backlist Book Club, which is what we're calling it, and that just happened. So while I'm filming this at the beginning of the month and have not read any of these books, you get it halfway through the month. So hopefully I've read at least 2 of these or finished one and read one. We'll see. Okay, so first up is the book that I'm currently, as of recording this book, reading, which is My Favorite Half Nightstand by Christina Lauren. This is a book that's left over from my January TBR where I was mostly reading romance, and I'm about halfway through it. It's not bad. I like it more than the other Christina Lauren book that I read for January, which I was buddy reading with Megan, and neither of us liked it. And this one I like more. The characters are more interesting, but again, the contrivance of the plot I think is just going to really irk me, because it irks me in all things. So we shall see. I don't like when people lie, and that's how they end up getting together. It's not fun. Don't like it. The next book that I'm reading in February is for the Backlist Book Club with Patches, and it's Karen Slaughter's Pretty Girls. So I had been seeing this all over BookTube specifically, and a couple of people mentioned it and it made me really intrigued by it, and then they announced that they were doing it for Paper Cup Book Club in, I think, December. I was not going to be able to read it for that, but Patches also wanted to read it, and so we decided to have it be our second book in the Backlist Book Club because we were both very interested in it, and I am stoked. I'm just very excited, and I can't wait to watch the live stream from Paper Cup Book Club about it after I read it, because I haven't watched it yet, and I'm sure this book is gonna warrant lots of talking. Okay, so the next book I know I'm going to read during February, in fact it might be the next book I actually start reading, is American Prince by Sierra Simone. I went and bought this yesterday, right before I went to go hang out with Patches, and we recorded videos and hung out. And this is the sequel to American Queen in the new Camelot series. This one is, I think, mostly from Embry's point of view, who is our Mordred stand-in. Hot, hot, hot. It's interesting because it's a lot shorter than American Queen, which clocked in at almost 500 pages, and this is about 350 or so. So, fascinating. I am extremely excited. I actually don't really know the plots of the second and the third books, but drama and sex, because it's an erotic series, but I'm very excited. Probably gonna start that today or tomorrow is my guess. The next book I'm going to read this month, and it has been on my like, bitch you gotta read this list for a while, is Rory Power's Wilder Girls. So Megan read an e-arc of this, and then I was obsessed, so I bought it because she wouldn't stop talking about it, and everything I read about it seemed like it was right up my alley. And since reading Ninth House, I have decided that I'm going to try to inject some fantasy horror stuff into my reading, because I had been mostly reading contemporary as a way to get back into reading, I think, but I am a speculative bitch, so let's read some body horror queer girls. I also have an e-arc from NetGalley of Burn Our Bodies Down, and I have no intention of reading it before I read Wilder Girls, and while I have until the summer or whatever to read and review that, I would like to do it sooner rather than later. So Wilder Girls first, and then Burn Our Bodies Down. I'm so excited. I got the email and was like, me? Me? Little old me. I am also going to mark off reading V.E. Schwab's A Darker Shade of Magic from my list. I am going to read this book this month. I want bisexuals and magic. That's what I want. And I literally know nothing about the plot or anything about this book series, and I am excited. I think the only thing I know is that there's a bi lead question mark or bi main character in some way, and that's all. So I am excited to read this. I have a feeling I will probably love it, and I want to fucking read it this month, so that's what I'm gonna try to do. And then finally, of the books that I can tell you about, I'm going to try to read the Bromance Book Club. So I borrowed this from Patches because I went and saw her yesterday and borrowed a bunch of books from her, and this was one of them because I remembered that she had a physical copy of it, and I've been wanting to read it, or at least see if I like it, but I didn't want to buy it, so a happy medium. We love borrowing books. I am not sure if I'm going to like this, but I wanted to put it in this pile and give it a try. I have 6 days off in the middle of the month, and so I'm hoping to get a bunch of reading done then and a bunch of writing, so we'll see. But hopefully I can rocket through a couple of these during that time. Now finally, I have 3 to 5 books that are on a secret TBR. I have already recorded an intro for a video that if I end up reading at least 3 of the books, I will finish that video and release it and it will be a thing. But if I don't, then I will delete that footage and you will never hear from it again. Although I will probably try to do this as a readathon instead and like announce it and have it be an actual thing instead of just like a secret thing that I'm trying to do. That's just that. I am very excited about them, a little wary. They're books that I haven't read since I was in middle school that I'm trying to see if I still like. And that's kind of all I'm going to say about that. However, I would like to say the 6 books that I mentioned in this, first of all, there are no comics. I have no plans on reading any comics this month. I'm sure I will read some just for like quick reads, but nothing currently. But there is really no theme going on here, right? Like, there's a couple of romance that vary in like sexual content, and then there's like a horror thriller, a body horror YA, and then there's like an urban fantasy adult. Like, there's really no fucking theme. And I'm actually okay with that. They're just books that I have been wanting to read and that I finally have in my possession and have the wherewithal in me to just fucking read. And that's exciting.